Howdy, Internet. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Brandon.
And this is your TV and movie news for the week. So, I'm not a big fan of 3D.
I am not a fan of 3D at all.
But you know what I am a big fan of? Robert Rodriguez movies.
I am a huge Robert Rodriguez
And you know what else I'm a really big fan of? It's the Spy Kids movies.
Those are fun movies. I will not talk trash on the Spy Kids.
So, I'm never excited for 3D anything. However, in this situation, I'm very excited for 4D. Because, yeah, Spy Kids 4, featuring the Aromascope.
Now, when we talked about it, like we brought this up earlier, like to talk about it, it sounds like something that's not gonna work. But I will go see a movie just to see how they plan to do
I'm
this.
incredibly interested to see, one, how they do it, find out how much it's gonna end up costing.
That's what I wanna know.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta figure, if you're doing that, like, it sounds absurd to me, like just the idea of it, but if it actually goes through, like I'd like to.
You know, it'll be really cool. Okay. So when you go in a movie, especially 3D movies, it's like $17 and you get the stupid little glasses. What if they hand you a little like cardboard paper or page that had like scratch and sniff?
Now, see, is that what you're thinking? Because I'm thinking like much bigger.
That just popped into my head, and I would be like, it'd be like so and so. You scratch it, and it smells like bananas. Like. That would be hilarious.
Like at each scene?
Yeah. And each character, when they like come on for the first time and like...
It sounds like something that's not going to work out, but if somehow strings get pulled and it happens, I will be there just to see how this is done.
Sold. I totally want to see it.
Even if it happens once, I don't think it's something that'll catch on, but this sounds interesting enough to at least look into it.
As far as gimmicks go and taking it a little farther...
He's doing it.
It's a great idea.
Okay, now this is a show I know you love just as much as I do. Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Whoop.
Yep.
Flipadelphia.
It's great. There's nothing about that show
I don't have to say anymore.
The picture was just released online of Mac. He gained 50 pounds in the off season for his character this season.
That's a small child. That's like a 5-year-old. He gained a 5-year-old.
He looks gigantic, but Charlie Day was interviewed about it, and he said at first they were really concerned because he was putting on a lot of weight really quickly, and they were concerned about his personal health.
Friends care about
I guess he made the character of Mac so much funnier as a fat guy that now they don't care. They just...
If I gain a ton of weight, I really, really hope that you or like any of our like friends like actually say, dude, stop.
Well, I don't know. If it get funnier.
If I get funnier though, if something trades off, if I start pulling more chicks, dude, let me be, because I'm doing something right. Obviously, so if I'm funny, let me be. But this is a really great
I can't wait to see what he's going to do with this character.
Yeah,
you know, they're funny people.
The show's completely unpredictable. You think you know what's going to happen, and for the most part, like now, because it's in like its 6th, 7th season, you have the formula. This is a great way to change all that up, and he's not going to be the muscle anymore. He's going to be the fat guy.
He's the fat guy.
He's the fat guy.
I can't wait to see how this goes.
So, Captain America. It's coming out in a couple weeks, July 22nd. And we've already got some rumors that they're working on a sequel. I mean, this is probably going to be one of the bigger blockbusters of the year.
And it's obvious you're going to get a sequel.
Yeah, come on. It's a superhero movie. It's making money. We're going to get a sequel. Now, they're saying that the sequel is actually probably going to take place modern day, but they're leaving a lot of room from within that first, like he's created or he's a super soldier. And then he fights his last battle with the Red Skull. They're leaving a lot of room.
So they're jumping a couple years.
They're gonna, they might do like a time jump, later in the war.
Well, I think that's cool because I mean, introducing him in World War II is going to be a big thing about that character. And you're going to have him in the Avengers.
You have to. It has to be a good amount of that.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited to see a modern day Cap film, but I think it'd be cool if you can go back and, tie in the stuff you didn't see in World War II to kind of develop stories and stuff.
The stories that they mention and like, remember that time when we did blah, blah, blah and Nazi punching?
Yeah. I think it's a smart decision, honestly.
Yeah.
It leaves it open for a lot more storytelling.
Out of all the possible sequels from the Marvel side of the movie things, I think Captain America is the one that can work the best. Because you can go back, you can flashback.
Exactly.
With Thor, you can't really, you can kind of flashback with Thor.
But
you
it's not going to be...
go into some crazy Norse mythology, but that won't make sense because that doesn't happen. Iron Man, it has that problem of, well, why can't he just call his friends?
Yeah.
Cap, boom, we got a story.
Yeah. So, like I said...
That or Hawkeye. I think the Hawkeye would be the best.
He's Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But,
Hawkeye.
No, I think that's a really smart decision on the studio's part, and let's see what we get.
Let us know what you think, guys.
We have Office news, and that is my favorite kind of news because James Spader is now going to be a regular on the show The Office. He will be taking Steve Carell's place, but actually going to be playing a much bigger character.
In that finale where they showed everybody, coming in for the interview, he was the one that I wasn't really sure on. Like, I liked the character, but I didn't think it was going to be something that lasted. So
Yeah. I didn't see a relationship at all.
Me neither. Between Jim Carrey and even Ray Romano and everyone else that came in and did it, I really thought it was going to be one of them. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I'm not excited because I'm a fan of The Office for 7 years. I love it. It should have died with Steve Carell. Now, I'm not saying that Steve Carell is the entire show, but Steve Carell's existence actually creates every other conflict in The Office.
It does.
So without him, I don't really see a point of the show.
I want to see where they go with it, since he did leave a couple episodes before the finale. But I don't see the same dynamic with this guy as you'll get with
Absolutely
Carell.
not.
There's just something about Carell just doing things and not realizing how awkward and bad they turn out. Whereas this guy was very assertive and, knew his stuff. So it definitely, bring a different kind of angle to the show, I think.
What I liked about Steve Carell was he created this happy, a character that you can love that's a total dunce.
Yes.
And he'll do stupid things, and sometimes they just work out, and it makes him look like a genius. I don't think they'd be able to create that same type of character.
I don't think you'll have that with anybody. So.
Yeah, really. I am not excited about this addition to the show.
I'm on the fence. A while back we mentioned this, and we kind of didn't have any news updated since, but there was in talks that Guillermo del Toro was going to do a Hulk show for ABC.
Yeah.
And he recently came out and said, yes, they are going to make it. It's still happening. They're actually doing some pages right now, and it's going to be like a Hulk we've never seen. It's going to be Dr. Bruce Banner in his 20s.
Okay.
And
but he's the Hulk?
But it's going to mix CGI with, regular effects and stuff like that. When it comes to effects, I think Guillermo del Toro just is above a lot of people. And I would like to see his take on the Hulk. I mean, honestly, nice. I think it's a cool...
I want to see, not CGI Hulk. I want to see Hulk.
Like I
want like Lou Ferrigno Hulk. No, but like, you can play with that. There's computer technology that you can use, and you can have a literal guy, an actual dude, and make him look bigger, make him look more menacing, and it might be a little too much
he's
for a
very
TV
big
show,
on makeup and costumes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I
like
think Guillermo del Toro will be the best one to do it. I mean, it might be a suit, it might be something, but I want like a person, someone they can interact with, and not be like, I'm looking at a tennis ball right now.
So I want to see. I really hope this happens.
I think the Hulk show is a way better idea to reboot a comic book show more than Wonder Woman. I mean, straight
absolutely.
up, the Hulk works just better.
We have another comic adaptation coming to us with Haley Joel Osment.
Oh!
I read the comic book. It's called Wake the Dead. It actually, what interested me was Max Brooks actually gave the introduction to the book, so I was just pulled in.
Okay.
The art is absolutely amazing. The story was just a one-off zombie story, so I really don't understand how they would really create something viable with something like this, especially with Haley Joel Osment.
Have you seen how creepy he looks as an adult?
Absolutely.
He looks really weird as a grown-up.
He freaks me out.
He's actually scary to look at. So if it's a horror film, I'm scared from the get-go.
Yeah. Well, I was one of those people, and I think a lot of people were, hoping that Haley Joel Osment would have some kind of condition like Webster and just always stay cute. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So now he's going to grow up.
He actually grew up and looks awkward, incredibly awkward.
I'm always excited about a zombie movie. They haven't.
I
don't think they've killed it in the movie genre yet. They have kind of killed it in comic books
and just about everything else.
But I think movies is still okay. I think this will be good. Haley Joel Osment has me a little worried though.
That's the only thing about the story. Sounds cool. I really like the concept and the idea, but yeah, I'm not sold on that casting choice.
All right, that's going to do it for TV and movie news for this week. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube page. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Brandon. See you guys next week.
Bye.